Hockey, basketball, wrestling, swimming and diving, tiddlywinks, whatever it happens to be. Happy to have you along here as we get set as Cam McRoberts and Cole Anderson will do the jump at mid-court. The Broncos going left to right in their home purples with gold numerals and trim, and the Vikings in their road whites with orange and black trim, orange numerals. Let's get this game underway. Blow that whistle, Mr. Referee. We're ready for high school boys basketball. And quickly, Matt Kennedy right off the break, and Koenig will knock that ball out of bounds as Kennedy tried to thread the needle there to the baseline pass. So the Vikings will take it out from the baseline. Lobbed inside to McRoberts. He catches it, puts it up, and he gets the first bucket of the ball game as the Vikings lead by a score of 2-0. Quickly back the other way against the pressure. Rain goes to the bucket, draws a little contact, no foul called. Rain picks up the first bucket, and so we're just 17 seconds in, and both teams have a bucket. This is Banner. Banner dribbling along the near side, stops on the wing, top of the key. There for Erickson. Erickson leaves it off for Cipriano, hits a cutting Banner who dribbles it off his foot, turnover. Here come the Broncos back the other way. Koenig splitting through defenders, leaves it in the corner for Rain. Koenig slows it down now to Larson, around the horn to Helene. Helene leaves it off for Koenig. Koenig pressured by Kennedy, now dribbles to the left-hand side, goes to the bucket, and he will draw the foul, and we'll see if it is on Kennedy or somebody else reaching in there late. It is going to be on Kennedy. His first, team first. Where will the Broncos be bringing it? Oh, they're going to say on the shot. Well, 2 free throws coming here for the junior point guard. I didn't think he was going up. I thought it was going to be in the dribble, but they say in the act of shooting. So the first free throw on the way, and it rattles home. Give the Broncos a 3-2 lead here with 17:09 remaining in this first half. Koenig, the lefty, ready with the second of 2. A little bit strong, but a nice friendly roll off the glass. And the Broncos have a 2-point lead. They'll come with some full court pressure. Cipriano, Kennedy, gets it off to Erickson, who gets to the timeline and then throws it out of bounds. And the Broncos will take over, leading 4-2. Koenig to bring it in from the near sideline. Gets it to Helene. Helene back to Koenig on the right wing. Off the dribble. Tries to go Helene the far side. Rain in the corner. Dribbles along the baseline. Gets cut off. Goes to Larson, who dribbles in. Puts up the floater off the glass. No. Rebound batted around into the hands of Erickson, and quickly back to Vikings. Looking for McRoberts. He catches after battling it around himself to Erickson. Back cut down the lane. Nice job by Erickson. He picks up the bucket, and we're tied at 4. Here come the Broncos against the pressure. Go right to the bucket. Helene, and charge. As Banner draws it, and the foul called on Helene. First foul on the Broncos. All the Broncos to set up their 1-2-1-1 full court pressure. Cole Anderson on the point of it. Cipriano to bring it in bounds. Gets it to Kennedy. Back to Cipriano. Back to Kennedy. Kennedy, one dribble, back to Cipriano. Cipriano dribbles along the far side, gets it to Banner in the front court. He'll go to the bucket, leaves it outside to Erickson. Erickson to Cipriano, 3-pointer on the way, a little bit strong, long rebound. Cipriano runs it down. That'll drive a coach crazy as Cipriano picks it up and takes the 6-4 lead here for the Vikings. Pressure here, Helene up the sideline, and they'll call the block, I believe, on Cipriano, his first, team second. And that long rebound, both coaches can be mad about it because Cipriano turned like he thought it was going in. Fortunately, he got back for the rebound, and of course Cole Anderson started heading down the floor when he should have been boxing out on that long 3-pointer. Under 16 now remaining in the first half, 6-4 the lead for the Vikings. Koenig, far side, dribbles along the sideline, gets cut off, now hits Cullen Rain cutting down the lane. His short jumper falls in. Rain's got 4, and it's tied at 6 here with 15:45 left in the first half. Cipriano patiently, one dribble, goes to Kennedy. Larson nearly stole that away right into the hands of Kennedy. Now the Vikings in transition. McRoberts, Banner, blocked by Helene, tipped around. Larson comes down with the rebound to Rain in transition with Larson, with Helene underneath the bucket, and he gets it to go. And the Broncos taking it 6 lead. Back and forth we go. Here comes Banner. The Vikings back the other way. Cut off there by Koenig. Outside to Kennedy. Long three-pointer on the way. Got it. And the lead back to the Vikings at 9-8 as we go back and forth. All into Rain. To Koenig. Back to Rain. Anderson. Try to get it to Helene. Banner comes up with the steal. And decides to go up the far side to Kennedy. Kennedy. Down the baseline to McRoberts. He dribbles in right past the Bronco defense and gets the reverse layup as he picks up his third and fourth points of the game, and it's a three-point lead for the Vikings as we quickly come back the other way. Koenig, three-pointer on the way. Left that one a hair short. Rebound, batted around. Now on the floor. Coming up with it, Banner. Kennedy up the far sideline. 2-on-3. Thinks better of it. Banner. Outside to Cipriano. Cipriano, a little hesitation right to the bucket, tried to leave it for McRoberts. That went off of his hands, run down by Banner. To Kennedy, to Cipriano in the corner. Broncos in a man-to-man here. And the Vikings have been able to take advantage, I think, a little bit of that defense as the Broncos have been overplaying it a little bit. As Kennedy nails another three. He's got a pair of them, and all of a sudden it's a 6-point lead for the Vikings. In transition, Rain. Banner tried to draw the foul, and he gets called for the block in the circle, where you cannot be called for a charge, as Rain will head to the free throw line. Wanted the and one, but did not get it as Banner picks up his first, team third. So Rain, the junior, heads to the free throw line, looking to cut into this 6-point deficit for the Broncos. First one rolls around, catches the front of the rim and falls down. Not much time to put some stats down or anything else as Jesse Forsyth, the junior, comes in replacing Cole Anderson, the senior. First substitution of this ball game as Rain's second free throw is on the way, and it's good. So 14-10, the Viking lead here as it comes into Kennedy. Right back to Cipriano. To Erickson. Nearly traveled. Almost got those feet going before the basketball. Kennedy, cross court for Banner. Picks it up on the short hop. Dribbles baseline. Gets cut off. And they say off the hands of Cullen Rain. And stays with the Vikings. Erickson bringing in from the far baseline. Vikings look to add to their 4-point lead. Tipped away by Helene. Oh, and they say before he got rid of the ball, his foot came down out of bounds. So a near turnover there. Good job by Helene using his long arms and his leaping ability. Now they'll let Kennedy bring it in. Outside to Banner. Banner back outside to Kennedy. Pressure there by Koenig. He dribbles in this time. Leaves it for Cipriano. One dribble. Gets tied up. Ball comes loose to Kennedy. He dribbles in. And maybe a little out of control, but Kennedy will pick up the foul call and it'll be on Koenig. His first, team second. Kennedy will bring it in from the far baseline again. Kennedy looking. Tries to finally go to McRoberts and nearly stolen away by Riley Larson, but his foot was now on the baseline. Busy day here in Bronco sports already. Bronco girls won earlier over Littlefork Big Falls. The Bronco boys hockey team won 4-3. Quick three-pointer out of the inbounds play by Kennedy, and it's good. And it's 17-10, biggest lead. And a steal by Kennedy. He's going to go to the bucket. He's going to be, well, they're going to call a foul on Koenig first before Forsyth got him from behind. So the full court pressure gets the turnover, and here comes Jet Tomczak up off the bench, as I believe this foul is going to be called on Koenig. His second, team foul number 3. So Koenig will come out of the ball game after the first free throw here by Kennedy. The free throw left a little bit short. So Tomczak, the sophomore, comes into the ball game. Can shoot the 3. For the Broncos, also has a lot of length you can see in that body frame. Long arms, pretty agile. Kennedy's second free throw on the way, a little bit strong, so a little bit short, a little bit strong. Rebound by Cipriano, and he gets it up and under. So he works hard to get the rebound, and it's 19-10, and the Broncos trailing by 9. Rain Cross court, that's stolen away by Cipriano. He'll get the bucket, and the timeout's got to be coming from Amos McKenzie. And it is, as the Viking lead all of a sudden is at 21-10, and the Broncos having all kinds of trouble with that full court pressure from the Vikings. This game is brought to you by KCC-TV, Coochichan County Community Television, Cable Channel 7, and we'd like to thank our members and sponsors for their continued support of our station. As we come out of the timeout, Riley Larson will bring it in. Big, tall, rangy Cam McRoberts with his arms in the way, trying to obstruct the vision as they get it into Helene. Helene dribbles through pressure, gets it to Rain on the far sideline. Dribbles to the wing, leaves it back to Helene. Dribble penetrates, picks it up, puts it up off the glass, and draws the foul. Maybe got bailed out there a little bit. Call it on McRoberts, his first, team fourth. Wayne will head to the free throw line, looking for his third and fourth points of the ball game. Broncos will have to take better care of the ball on the against the press, and they're going to have to come up with some stops here as the Vikings have come out to a 21-10 lead. As the first free throw from Helene is good. Chance to get this back into single digits. And the free throw rattles around and will not go down, so the lead is 10 at 21-11. Cipriano, far side for Bannon. Comes across the timeline. Broncos stay with the man-to-man here. Kennedy, far sideline. Dribbles towards the center of the floor, now gets a pick. Long three, fade away. That won't go. McRoberts the rebound, put back easy for the big man. And it's 23-11. Broncos nearly threw that one away as Larson, the cross-court pass, go to Forsyth. He can't handle it. It is a turnover on the Broncos. Behind the defense is Cam McRoberts. He's going to go up and lay it in. And it is a 14-point lead for the Vikings as we come back the other way. Off the dribble, Tomzak tried to go to Larson. That is tipped away, but Banner on the floor after the ball hits the sideline, and it will stay with International Falls. Riley Larson bringing in from the far baseline. Leaves it for Tomzak. Top of the key to Rain. Near side Larson. Thought about the three. Now dribbles in. Puts up the runner. Gets undercut. Somehow got that to go. No foul. Larson's first basket of the ball game. And it's 25-13. The Broncos down. Quickly back. Erickson spins into the lane. Leaves it there. Won't go down. McRoberts. Another opportunity. And he's going to be fouled from behind. And right now, the Broncos cannot handle number 5 on the inside, and they may have to go, and I'm going to suggest this from far, far away, but I'm suggesting a box and one right now, with the one being on Kennedy on the perimeter, and you somehow got to shut down the inside as this foul is going to be called on Cullen Rain. His first. McRoberts heads to the free throw line. Already has 8 in the ball game, make it 9. Newt Borger comes in to replace Forsyth. Looking at my running score here, not much time in between scoring opportunities for these two teams as McRoberts now has 10 points in the ballgame. It's a 27-13 lead, far side for Rain. Larson cutting through, looking to attack the press. Borger gets the pass from Helene, can't get it to go. They get it to Tomzak, he goes in, and he is absolutely hammered by McRoberts. That will be his second foul, and McRoberts got his money's worth on that one. Nothing dirty there. But I like a good hard foul. People used to call that a Ringhofer foul because I like those kinds of fouls. Not because I did that. Not me. No, Darcy. I wouldn't. Yes, I would. Of course, I would have. Chet Tomzak ready to shoot the first of 2. Rattles it home. Jacob Peterson comes into the ball game for the Vikings, replacing McRoberts. As I mentioned with those 2 personals. 5 team here as Tomzak ready with the second of 2. That is good. The Broncos trail by a dozen here at 27-15. 6 minutes and 20 seconds into this ball game as Kennedy gets the inbounds pass from Cipriano. Kennedy says, clear out, I can handle this. Dribbles in, goes right to the bucket, steps through, and somehow lays that in. And it's 29-15. Bronco defense not very good on that dribble penetration from Kennedy, who's got 11 in the ball game, leading scorer for the Vikings. Larson in the rain. Faces a little bit of pressure. Maybe got away with a push off there to Borger. Borger far side for Tomzak. 3-on-1 here for the Broncos. Colleen and one. No. Missed the bucket, but the foul will be called on Peterson, not the penalty. That's a different sport during the winter. As Helene will head to the free throw line where he's 1 for 2. And right now the Broncos basically trading buckets point for point here with the Vikings, and that's not going to get them back into this ball game. They're going to have to come up with a way to slow down the Vikings, who have got 29 points in the first 6 minutes and 45 seconds. Put that over the entire first half. That's nearly 70 points that they're going to score in this first half. And that's, well, I'll just say it this way, that's way too many points to be giving up in a half. If you give up 70, that's an NBA. And that's a lot in the NBA. Helene misses both. As Peterson comes down with the rebound. Leaves it for Cipriano. Cipriano to Erickson. Erickson off the dribble. Gets cut off by Helene. Outside to Kennedy. Kennedy, long 3. Just popped that up a little bit short. Rebound. Knocked into the hands of Helene after Cipriano had an opportunity. Rain. Spin in. Stop. Pop. Leave it short. Peterson comes up with the rebound to Cipriano. Cipriano nearly got knocked down by his own teammate. Banner nearly had his glasses knocked off by his teammate Cipriano. Kennedy, far wing. 3-pointer on the way. That's too long. Helene, the rebound. Throws it back in. Larson comes up with the loose ball. Riley, far wing. Top of the key to Borger. Borger says, all right, I'll dribble in. Oh, a little hesitation move. Up and under. And one! As Borger picks up the possible 3-point play. They left him all alone, said, all right. And then a little head fake, and then a little turn on the Jets. And he gets to the bucket with 10:23 remaining here. Here comes Koenig back into the ballgame with his 2 fouls. He replaces Riley Larson. Foul was called on Dale Erickson, his first, team 7. So the Broncos will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. And if there's one complaint that Coach Dave Westerman might have about his play in the first half, is that the Broncos are now already into the bonus situation with over 10 minutes remaining as the Vikings take the timeout here. A 30-second timeout. Both teams get 5 timeouts during the course of the game. 3 60-second and 2 30-second timeouts. So Borger will have a chance to complete the 3-point play when we come back onto the floor. And Coach Westerman has to be very, very pleased with his start to this ball game. The Vikings have shot the ball very well and they've got multiple opportunities, but Kennedy has cooled off a little bit, and their main rebounder, number 5, Cam McRoberts, on the bench with 2 fouls. Borger at the free throw line to try to complete the 3-point play, and he gets it. 29-18, the Broncos down by 11. Cipriano gets the ball into Erickson. Back to Cipriano. The Broncos in a man-to-man here in the full court. So Cipriano says that, just clear out, I'll take care of it from here. Cipriano dribbles near the top of the key. Borger puts a little pressure on him. Now Cipriano drives alongside of him, leaves it out for Peterson. Peterson loses the handle on it, and coming up with the loose ball is Borger. Borger maybe got away with a travel there. Rain. Tough job in the lane there, but he gets it into single digits as the Broncos are down 29-20 with 9:55 remaining. Banner. And he's not going to get away with that one. Got it on his hip, and the turnover on the Vikings. Number 33, Nathan Kennedy, going to come into the ball game, replacing Jacob Peterson. So a much smaller lineup now with Peterson on the bench. As Helene will bring it in from the far sideline. The Broncos could get it down to 6 or 7 on this possession. They haven't been that close since about 5-6 minutes ago. Rain off the dribble, leaves it for Borger near the top of the key in the corner. Helene dribbles baseline, gets cut off there by Cipriano, and then Borger tried to catch and go all at the same time, and he lets it go right into the cheerleaders. And it'll be a turnover here on the Broncos, as the Broncos stay with the full court pressure. Get it into Cipriano. Borger gives Cipriano a little bit of room, and I can understand why. Cipriano, pretty good speed. Banner to Kennedy. Kennedy dribbles it off his foot, turnover. Cullen Rain back the other way, 1-on-4. So I'll split the defense, laid off the glass, and he's got 10 already in the ballgame. The Broncos only trail by 7 with 9:17 remaining. Come across the timeline. This is Nathan Kennedy. Goes into the corner to Banner. Banner dribbles baseline. Rain tips it away from behind. Ball's on the floor. Kennedy did not know where it was at, and he gets shoved to the floor. I think incidentally in the course of the action, referees are going to get together and talk about this, make sure they've got things pointed in the right direction. And they're going to say, I believe that it's going to be Vikings ball. And he's going to come over and talk to Coach Amos McKenzie. Doesn't say anything to Coach Westerman. That would upset me if I was Mr. Westerman. Into Kennedy. Take the three, dribbles to the elbow, shoots, air ball, saves it. No, he's on the end line. We just go past the halfway mark of this first half. Under 9 minutes remaining. Is Jesse Forsyth going to come in? The Broncos trailing 29-22. And the Vikings haven't scored in, well, over 2.5 minutes now. So that will get Coach Westerman a little bit concerned, as the Vikings will back up out of the pressure. Play some man-to-man. Rain leaves it for Katie. Dribbles down the baseline, leaves it out to Tomzak. Tomzak thought about the 15-foot jumper, but leaves it off for Koenig, who dribbles out to the top of the key, resets things. Rain, left wing. Back to Koenig, top of the key. Koenig dribbles in, outside to Helene. Helene, three-pointer, short, rebound. Nicely done there by Kennedy. Good box out by the Vikings. Kennedy could just run in there and pick up that loose ball. That's good team rebounding right there. Kennedy drives in. Ooh, and we're going to call a charge. Is this going to be on Kennedy? White 4, okay. It was on Cipriano. It was away from the basketball. That makes more sense that it was someplace else. Couldn't have been on Kennedy, but Cipriano, I think maybe a little bit of an illegal screen, and I can't say that I saw it, but that's what I'm going to assume happened. Helene out as Larson comes back in. Now the scorekeeper and everybody at the scorer's bench want to know what's going on. Is here comes Cam McRoberts back in. So 18 fouls now on the Vikings, 2 on Cipriano as he comes out of the ball game. As McRoberts comes back in with his 2 personals. Koenig across the timeline, goes to Forsyth at the elbow, pivots, looks, sends it back out to Koenig. LBF stays in there man-to-man. Tomzak, three-pointer on the way, left it a little bit short. McRoberts high for the rebound. Out to Banner, comes up the near sideline. Nearly carried it again. Brings it to Nathan Kennedy along the near wing. To Matt Kennedy, cutting down the lane, dribbled it off his knee. Forsyth comes up with the loose ball steal. Forsyth leaves it off for Koenig in the corner to Rain. Dribbles past the defender, floater, good. He's got 12, and the Broncos are within 5 with 7:40 remaining. Again, the Vikings have not scored in over 4 minutes now. Excuse me, almost 4 minutes. Off the dribble, McRoberts, pull up from the free throw line, off the glass, good. He's got a dozen. That breaks that long scoreless streak for the Vikings of, well, just about exactly 4 minutes. Rain goes into the lane. Tomzak, three-pointer on the way, won't go down. Koenig high for the rebound, and he's going to pick up a foul here on Kennedy, his second, team foul number 9. So Koenig will head to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. Koenig's 2 points so far in this game have come from the free throw line as Helene comes back in to give Rain a rest. 7:13 remaining. I don't think Dave Westerman liked that call. Joking with the official a little bit. I thought it was, but maybe not, as Katie misses the first free throw. Larson steals it away from Banner, and he'll lay it in for the easy bucket as the Broncos back to within 5 at 31-26. Katie nearly came up with the turnover. So the Broncos now putting on a little pressure of their own. as they've made a nice run here of, well, over the last 5 minutes, the Broncos have outscored the Vikings 15-6. Kennedy sees a crease, goes to the lane, won't go, rebound by McRoberts, and then Forsyth is going to reach in, and I think they're going to call a jump ball. I thought they were going to call a foul, but on the alternating possession, the Broncos will come up with the ball. So Forsyth, good job of getting the turnover there. On the held ball, the Broncos can get this back to a one-possession ball game after trailing by 14 at 27-13, at 29-15, actually. Easy one for Forsyth as the Broncos break the press as Forsyth picks up his first bucket of the ball game, and it's 31-28. Kennedy gets past Koenig, goes into the lane, leaves it outside for McRoberts. His jumper won't go. He'll get his own rebound off the glass and one. Well, McRoberts has been all over the glass, and Coach Dave Westerman rolling the dice a little bit here in this first half with McRoberts having those 2 fouls, but he comes off the bench and immediately has an impact on this basketball game as it goes back up to a 5-point lead here, and it could be 6 with the possible made free throw. McRoberts a little bit strong, rebound, battled for on the floor. Banner comes up with it to McRoberts. And a long 3 by Kennedy, that's short and went out of bounds. And a good job by Erickson of throwing it off the leg of Forsyth as Cipriano comes back in, replacing Nathan Kennedy. So the ball stays with the Vikings, and the Broncos have not done a good job of boxing out on free throws, which should be very, and I'm going to say it this way, folks, should be very simple considering where you get to stand now. The angle is really good for you. Kennedy dribbles into the lane. And our producer, Darcy Sullivan, says, that's way too easy. Guys, cannot give that up. And the over and back as Forsyth was across the line and kicked it back to Helene. So an unfortunate turnover there on the Broncos as the Vikings are up by a touchdown here over the Broncos, 35-28. As Erickson will bring it in from the near sideline, back to Cipriano on the backcourt. Comes across the timeline, guarded by Tomczak. Cipriano comes to the near side to Erickson. Erickson dribbles to the free throw line. Hesitates, then goes past Forsyth and will lay it in. Erickson's got 4 points in the ball game, and it's back to a 9-point lead. The Broncos had got it down to 1 possession just moments ago. Forsyth in, cannot get the and one, but he'll draw the foul on Banner, and Banner says, how's that possible? Well, you were in that little circle, half circle thing they call now, and if you contact some guy shooting the ball in there, the foul is going to be on you, unfortunately. I don't like the rule either, Gerald. I don't, but that's the way, that's life right now. So Forsyth ready to shoot 2 free throws. The first one, no good. Nathan Kennedy going to come back in for Banner. He's got 2 fouls here as the Broncos now will be in the double bonuses. Littlefork has 10 team fouls, so just under 6 minutes remaining in this first half. Forsyth to shoot the second of 2. That's good. Borger will come in replacing Forsyth, so 5:52 remaining here. Broncos led momentarily at 4-2 and at 8-6, but it really has been all Vikings since then as the Broncos try to draw near before halftime. It's going to be another 30-second timeout here by head coach Dave Westerman of the Littlefork Big Falls Vikings. If you enjoy this program, consider becoming a KCC-TV member, sponsor, or make a donation. With continued support, we are able to live stream Broncos sporting events, school concerts, and community events. Information about making donations, becoming a member, or sponsoring programs can be found on our website at kcc-tv.org. Out of the timeout, Littlefork will have possession here, leading by 8. Broncos will stay with this full court pressure, man to man. Tomczak gets it in, Tomczak defending Kennedy. Nathan who gets it into Matt. Matt off the dribble, dribbles in the lane, lost his balance a little bit. Shot won't go. He gets his own rebound, and then he's knocked down. No. They're going to say he fell down on his own accord, and he's a little disgusted with that, and I think I can understand why. But the Broncos will take the turnover. Chance to cut into this 8-point deficit. Tomczak to Larson, and Larson knocked down by Erickson, and One of Tim Ringhofer's pet peeves, following somebody 70 feet away from the basket when it's 2 shots. So, Larson will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. His first opportunity at the free throw line. You can handle a foul when you're in double bonus if the guy's in a threat position, but 70 feet away, he's not in a threat position to score. First free throw by Larson is a little bit strong. So the score will remain 37-29 with 5:40 remaining in the first half. Second free throw from Larson, also not good as Kennedy runs down the long rebound. Quickly to Erickson, who's behind the defense, lays it up and gets the bucket. 39-29 now in favor of the Vikings with 5.5 to go. Broncos in transition, got a 2-on-1. Larson waits, puts it up, lays it in. Broncos within 8 with 5:20 left. Cipriano dribbles the ball up the center of the floor. Looks near side, leaves it out for Erickson. As they switch positions, Erickson leaves it for Kennedy. Nathan Kennedy to Matt Kennedy. Fall away jumper from the elbow. No. Borger the long rebound. Dribbles up the near sideline as we go under 5 remaining in the first half. Borger in the corner to Larson. Larson to Koenig. To Tomzak to Aline as they work it around the perimeter. In the corner to Borger. Borger dribbles out. 3-pointer on the way by Tomzak. Got it. Tomzak's third, fourth, and fifth points of the ballgame. The Broncos back within 5 at 39-34. Kennedy breaks the press, leaves it for Erickson. He puts it up, can't get it to go. Larson the rebound, and he's going to be fouled from behind. And Larson will go shoot a pair on the other end. And this one's going to be on McRoberts, his third. And now Coach Dave Westerman for the Vikings has no choice but to take Cam McRoberts out of this ball game with 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half. As he's well, he does have a choice, folks. I'll stand corrected. He's got 3. You'd like to see Cam McRoberts. I knew I'd do it once, at least once during the game. Call him Nathan. Easy to do. Larson back to the free throw line. He was just 0 for 2 on his last trip. May get 0 for 3. Now here comes Jacob Peterson in replacing McRoberts. And I just can't see Coach Westerman putting him back in with those 3 fouls in this first half. But if things Broncos start making a run here, that is something that he may consider doing. Second free throw from Larson is good. So he gets 1 of the 2 on that trip. The Broncos within 4 at 39-35. Kennedy says clear out. Up the center of the floor. Gets a screen. Good pick and roll there, but knocked away by Koenig. Helene completes the steal. Dribbles up, spins into the lane, and he travels. Yep. Like the spin move, but Cipriano held his ground and did a good job of staying right there and gets the turnover on Helene. Nathan Kennedy to bring it in bounce. Gets it to Matt in the near corner. Koenig will retreat as Matt Kennedy comes across the timeline. Little screen and roll here, but no screen and really no roll there as Erickson gets the pass from Kennedy. Comes to Cipriano. Near side to Kennedy. Kennedy leaves it for Erickson cutting down the side of the lane. His short jumper is no good. Tomzak comes up with the rebound. Under 4 remaining in the first half. Broncos could get it within 1 here with a 3-pointer. I thought Larson was going to pull the trigger. He says no. Attack the basket and lay it in. And the Broncos within possession here at 39-37. They've come all the way back after trailing by 14. Oh, not all the way back yet. Still down by 2. But they come back from that 14-point deficit. Kennedy maybe looks a little tired right now, and why not? He's been doing so much dribble penetration and making things very difficult on the Bronco defense. Erickson back to Kennedy. Crosses over. Looks to go against Borger. Tough left-handed bat shot. Won't go in. Larson the rebound. Broncos have a chance to take the lead on this possession. They haven't led since it was 8-6. Larson penetrates. Lays it up and in. Henry Pye at 39. With just over 3 minutes left in the first half. Matt Kennedy. Coach Westerman and player Matt Kennedy have a discussion as he dribbles by. Cipriano. Far side for Nathan Kennedy. Kennedy leaves it for Cipriano at the top of the key. Cipriano. A little bit of a dribble, loses it, and now leaves it off for Kennedy on the right side. They want to get this ball to Matt Kennedy somehow, some way. Koenig doing a good job of not letting him get open. Ball tipped away by Helene. He completes the steal. Up to Borger. Borger going to attack the bucket. Tries to go by Cipriano. And call the charge. And that's a tough one on Borger because I felt like Cipriano stuck out the hip a little bit to try to draw the contact and sold it. Got the official to call it that way. And the charge on Borger turns it over. Here comes Rain back into the ball game. As Borger heads to the bench. Borger gave some good minutes for the sophomore there for head coach Amos McKenzie. Try to get the ball into Kennedy. Kennedy saves it right in the hands of Rain, who leaves it for Koenig. Koenig in trouble, leaves it for Larson. Larson triple teamed outside. Rain says, I'll pull up for three. How's that? Left it a little bit short. Larson the rebound and one. And the Broncos take the lead here at 41-39 with 2:16 remaining. So the Broncos trailed 29-15 by 14 points with 11:27 remaining. Just 11 minutes and 11 seconds later, the Broncos lead it by a score of 41-39. That's a 26-10 run over the last 9+ minutes. Excuse me. Yeah, 9+ minutes, not 11-11. 9-11 here. So a good run here by the Broncos. Chance to go up by 3 if Larson can complete the three-point play, and he does. 42-39 as the Broncos continue with the full court pressure. They get it into Erickson, and he traveled. Helene got there, got into his vision. He creates the turnover, and all of a sudden the Broncos could go up by more than one possession. 2:14 left here. Koenig will bring it in from the near sideline. Helene. And the Broncos, a little bit maybe deeper bench, have been able to put this pressure on and don't seem to be too tired after making this comeback after trailing by 14 points. Helene, three-pointer on the way, nothing but the bottom of the net. And that's the Broncos' second three-pointer of the ball game, as Tomzak had one earlier. And now the Broncos lead by 6 with 1:58 remaining. Banner coming off the bench, gets it into Kennedy. Kennedy faces a little pressure, then dribbles up the far sideline. One-on-one against Koenig. Gets past him, gets a little help from Larson. Somehow gets that up and under move to go in. And it's 45-41 Broncos. Helene to a cutting Larson. Outside, Rain. Three-pointer. Long. Rebound knocked away, but Nathan Kennedy runs it down. And the Vikings have a chance to get it back within one possession here. Erickson off the dribble into the lane. Little hesitation, gets a screen, lays it in. Erickson's been very good off the bounce. And gets into the lane and cuts this to a 2-point game with 1:20 remaining. Koenig will walk the ball up the floor. Vikings go 2-3 here. Koenig will dribble towards the near side. Helene cuts into the lane, leaves it for Larson, who lays it in, and he's not going to miss from there. A 4-point lead for the Broncos with a minute remaining. Kennedy gets it into Nathan Kennedy. Nathan will dribble it up the center of the floor against Tomzak. Tries to go to Matt, and Koenig will pick up his third foul. So he's been doing a good job of shutting Kennedy down, but that will be his third. And he'll have to come out of this ball game. That is also the 7th team foul, so Kennedy will head to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. Kennedy 0 for 2 so far at the free throw line in this game. He's got 15 points for the Vikings as Jesse Forsythe comes in to replace Koenig. Kennedy needs the first to make this or get a chance at the second. He does. 47-44 here with 51 seconds remaining. Kennedy tried to cut it to 2. Matt a little strong. Rebound by Larson. Back the other way in transition. Helene tries to step around, left it a little bit short. Peterson tears down the rebound, leaves it for Banner. Banner trying to draw the foul on Rain. Rain does a good job of avoiding it. Inside, wide open Peterson up off the glass, got it. His first bucket of the ball game, and it's 47-46 with 30 seconds left. Broncos did a little gambling there, left number 50 wide open, and he made him pay. Helene will dribble to the near side, looking for the final shot of the half. Tomzak in the lane, pulls the trigger, no good. Peterson the rebound, and now the Vikings have a chance to lead it at halftime. Nathan Kennedy takes it up the near sideline, crosses over, leaves it for Banner. who dribbles in against Rain and draws the foul. Maybe a wee bit out of control, but he'll draw the foul. This one's going to be on Larson. His first. Team foul number 8, so 1-1 coming up here for Jarrell Banner. He's looking for his first point of the basketball game. Needs the first to get the... Ooh, they said he was shooting. Wow. Okay. NBA continuation, I guess, this evening. So the first one good, tied at 47. And Banner, the second one, also good. So the lead goes to the Vikings at 48-47 with 6.4. Quickly the Broncos back. Larson hits a cut, or excuse me, that is Helene hits a cutting Larson. He puts it up. He's fouled with 0.5 seconds remaining. So Larson will head to the free throw line where he's 1 for 4 here in the first half. He'll have a chance to give the Broncos a lead heading to the locker room if he can take care of both of these free throws. That foul was on Jacob Peterson, his second, so foul trouble could be a big story for the Vikings in the second half. Larson's first free throw on the way, got it. Larson looking for the second to take the lead to the locker room. And it rattles home. Erickson looks to get it in to Kennedy, and he throws it 80 feet, and it'll be wide of the mark. And we head to the locker room with the score. International Falls 49, Littlefork Big Falls 48. We'll take a break, and we'll come back with more here from the Falls High Gymnasium. You're watching Bronco Boys basketball on KCC-TV.org and on Midco Channel 7. So Vikings will have possession to start this second half, and it's Jarrell Banner in possession of it. Loses his dribble to Cole Anderson, looking to get rid of it, and he puts it right in the hands of Cullen Rain, who's going to lose the handle on it out of bounds, and it'll go right back over to the Vikings. So Rain just could not get a handle on that ball and pull that one in. And so Erickson will bring it in from the far sideline, gets it into Matt Kennedy. He's guarded by Cole Anderson. That's a tough gig there. Erickson in the near corner. Off the dribble. As they actually get the steal here by Helene. Helene going to leave it for Rain, who puts a little floater up and gets it to go. He's got 14 points now in the ballgame as the Broncos get the lead out to 3 points. Kennedy to Cipriano, far side for Banner. Banner. Broncos in a man or in a zone here as Kennedy puts up the corner three-pointer, no good. Rebound to Helene, and Larson up the far sideline, looking to add to this 3-point lead. These are back for Koenig. Koenig fakes, now comes near side, leaves it for Helene. Helene right through the wickets of his legs, but runs it down. Looking for some help, dribbles now, past Erickson, goes into the lane. That's too easy. Helene leaves it in. Broncos lead by 5 at 53-48. We'll see if they stay with the 1-2-2 zone, and they do. And scary enough, the two shortest players on the floor for the Broncos, those are your two low players on this defense. Kennedy, the three-pointer, no. Rebound to McRoberts. He had the shot blocked. I thought Koenig had all ball, and I think they're going to call the foul on number 4. No, they're going to call it on Larson. So it'll be his second, team foul number 1. McRoberts heads to the free throw line. 2 for 3 in the first half was Cam with those 14 points. McRoberts' first free throw leaves it a little bit short. And so now the Vikings are going to have to try to take advantage of that height advantage that they have down on the baseline with Larson and Koenig down there. And that's something that I think they're going to try to take advantage of. And of course, almost now daring Kennedy to say, look, you made 3 threes early in the ball game, but you have not made one since. And so let's see if you can hit over the zone. We'll give you something to think about. And that's all part of the chess match that we love so much about sports. The second free throw is not good. Larson comes down with the rebound. So the Bronco lead is at 5 and could be extended on this possession. Helene thinking about driving baseline and let that one slip right by him out of bounds. And so the turnover gives it to the Vikings. Kennedy will walk it up the near side of the floor. He'll be pressured there, trapped, gets it off to Banner right along the sideline. Dribbles in outside to Erickson. Far side, Kennedy cannot hang on to it. Back-to-back turnovers here for these two teams. So the zone got the Vikings thinking a little bit here. As the Broncos have outscored LBF 4-0 early here in this second half. Koenig across the timeline. Leaves it for Larson. Here 4 low from Coach Amos McKenzie. Lob to Anderson up off the glass. Too strong. Rebound batted around on the floor. Anderson has it. Tried to throw it to Larson. Larson tries to save it. He does, but right into the hands of McRoberts, and Helene gets called for the foul, and well, he should. He doesn't like the call, not one bit, but he definitely took a swipe at that ball, and Helene will pick up his 3rd foul. So he had 2 there in the first half. So now, very interesting is you take number 2 out of the ball game, and it's almost to say that no, you cannot if you're Coach Amos McKenzie. So the Vikings will have a chance to get on the scoreboard here in the second half as we go under 16 minutes remaining in this second half. Erickson off the bounce, gets to Cipriano at the elbow, and looks for some help, gets it to Kennedy. To Erickson in the corner, Banner dribbles baseline, gets cut off by Larson, out to Cipriano, elbow jumper, a little strong. Rebound to Erickson, putback is good. He's in the double figures, and then 53-50 Broncos with 15:35 remaining. Koenig will slowly bring it up the floor against Kennedy. In the corner to Rain. Rain off the bounce. Tries to clear some space with the elbow. Outside to Anderson. His long jumper, no. Helene the rebound. Spins. Tries to go up. That's blocked. McRoberts the rebound. And here comes Kennedy back the other way. Going to go right at Koenig and see if he can draw the foul. Koenig backs up, gives him some room. Kennedy now has 18 in the ball game. It's back to a 1-point game where we were at halftime. Quickly back come the Broncos. Rain on the run. His little floater is a little bit strong. Helene knocks it away from Erickson, puts up the top jumper, and gets it. 55-52 Broncos. Broncos will stay with the 1-2-2. To Erickson, he gets into the lane right at Koenig, and they got to call that a block, and it's that silly half circle thing down there, folks. Koenig was standing there. What's he supposed to do? And you might as well just hack the guy, because you no sense trying to give up the 3-point play. You might as well make sure that you get good contact. As Erickson will come to the free throw line, Koenig will pick up his 4th foul. You can't tell, Darcy, that I don't like the circle down there, do you? The half circle. As Erickson misses the first free throw. I don't understand. Could they put like a little circle, Darcy, out by like maybe by the horse's feet? Because they could put like a little circle, yeah, a little square out there. And if you're standing in that, you can't get called for a foul other than a blocking. I don't understand that rule. I've never got it. If you want to see dunks, that's good enough for NBA and everything else. High school, no. Anyway, all right, I'm done. Serious. Just till the next game. Both free throws missed by Erickson. Larson's going to be fouled by Erickson as he'll pick up his 2nd foul. And the Broncos with a 3-point lead here, and coming off the bench is going to be number 40, Owen Erickson. He will replace Dale Erickson. Now the Vikings will go with a little full court pressure here. That's the 3rd foul on Dale Erickson. Into Rain. Rain pressured by McRoberts in this zone pressure from the Vikings, and the Broncos break it well. Larson attacks the bucket, avoids contact, and just simply lays it in. He's got 20 points in the ball game, and the Broncos up by 5 here as we go under 14.5 remaining. Logan Koval comes into the ball game. His first action for the Broncos. Banner had it kicked away, I think, from Koval as he went landing to the ground there. Erickson goes into the lane. Kennedy goes in the lane. He does not get it to go. Larson up for the rebound. Back in transition from the Broncos. Helene tried to draw the foul. None coming, and Cipriano picks up the rebound. Quickly back the other way. Koval makes contact with Kennedy. And the foul here on number 50, his first team foul, number 4 on the Broncos. Vikings will bring it in from the near baseline. Matt Kennedy will trigger it from there. See what play comes out of this. They go in the corner to Owen Erickson. He dribbles in, puts up the tough jumper. He gets it to go. So off the bench, the freshman makes a quick bucket, and the Vikings, back in at 3. Here comes Larson. Loses the handle on it. Turnover. Back the other way. McRoberts had it knocked away by Koval. He picks up the loose ball. Cipriano leaves it for Banner. Kennedy, 3-pointer on the way from the left wing. Got it, and it's tied at 57 as the 4th 3-pointer of the ball game for Kennedy. Broncos in transition. Koval tries to pick up the loose ball on the floor. Koval had it, but taken away by McRoberts. 3-on-1. McRoberts comes back the other way, goes to the bucket. He's fouled by Cole Anderson. And he'll head to the free throw line with a chance to give the Vikings the lead here in this second half. So a slow start for the Vikings, but then quickly they come back here, tie it, and have a chance to take the lead. So a quick 2 and then a quick 3 and then a turnover. First free throw by McRoberts is good. And the lead for the Vikings at 58-57. Chet Tomczak in for Koval. McRoberts, 3 for 6 at the free throw line so far in this game. Make it 4 for 7. 2-point lead for the Vikings, and a steal by Owen Erickson. And then stolen right back by Cole Anderson, who leaves it off for Tomczak as the as the Broncos come back the other way. In the corner, Helene. Anderson, a little fade away from about 6 feet, no good. As Cipriano comes up with the rebound, off to Bannon. Under 13 now remaining here in the second half. Can't say in the game, this thing could go OT, right? Kennedy, 3-pointer on the way, left it a little bit short. Anderson the rebound, leaves it for Larson. Larson, quickly up to Tomczak, he thought about the 3. Larson gets the return pass, penetrates. And that is going to be, I thought that was the charge on number 5, but Banner will pick up his 3rd, I believe. Second team foul here on the Vikings. And Larson will head to the free throw line. He's got 20 points in the ball game. Shot 7 free throws in the first half. He made 4 of those. First one here. Rattle around, won't go down. Newt Borger will come in for Cole Anderson. And Coach Amos McKenzie wants a full timeout. He's got 4 of them remaining, so he takes 1 of his 4 remaining timeouts. If you're watching us on Midco Channel 7 and you're thinking, geez, the next time that the Broncos are on, I'm going to be busy. I need to be out and about. You can watch this game on your phone or your tablet. And to live stream the game, make sure you go to kcc-tv.org. Scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll see a little icon there that says Live TV. Hit that big triangle down there and voila, it's magic. I don't know how these things work, but they do. It's a great thing to be able to watch the sports, and of course all the Bronco home basketball games that are not on kcc-tv.org you can watch online on the YouTube channel, the ISD 361 YouTube channel. Many schools going to this in their gym. There's a little camera up on the wall and it takes this beautiful picture of the game and you can follow along. And many schools going to this to give you access to be able to watch the game. So as we come out of this full timeout, the Vikings lead it by a score of 59-57. The Broncos led it 49-48 at the half, so it's been a very tight ball game here in the second half. 5 ties, 8 lead changes so far in this basketball game. So as we come out of the timeout here, Riley Larson will be shooting the second of 2 free throws as the Broncos look to cut their deficit to 1 here. 3 timeouts remaining for each team. And the free throw good by Larson. So 59-58, the Broncos trail it. Kennedy, far side for Cipriano. Gets across the timeline, leaves it back to Kennedy. Kennedy tried to go into McRoberts, stolen away by Larson. Broncos in transition. Don't look like they have numbers. Larson will slow it down along the wing. Goes to Newt. Borger at the top of the key, leaves it out for Helene. Helene off the bounce again, Cipriano. Leaves it for a wide open Larson who goes in, a little contact. No foul. McRoberts comes down with the rebound, and I agree. Good call by the referees. Like I said, contact there, but good verticality by the Vikings as Cipriano has the ball on the near side. Broncos extending that 1-2-2 a little bit. Kennedy gets in behind the defense, pulls up for the jumper. It is good. He's got 23 in this ball game, and it's a 3-point lead for the Vikings. Back the other way in transition. Helene fouled by Banner. And Banner has now picked up his 4th foul. Coach Dave Westerman knows it, and Dale Erickson, who has 3 fouls, quickly up off the bench. As Helene will be going to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Chase is 1 for 4 at the free throw line so far in this game. First one on the way, good arc, nothing but the bottom of the net. Broncos within 2 as Banner comes out, Erickson in, Dale that is. Owen earlier, the 9th grader, came off the bench and quick bucket and a steal and a nice job coming off the bench. A couple of quick minutes there for Coach Dave Westerman. He may have a big effect down the stretch here as Helene's second free throw rattles out and the rebound to Cipriano. Broncos extending that 1-2-2, doing some trapping here. Erickson dribbles along the far sideline, gets in the corner. Rain gets a piece of that, but Cipriano runs down the loose ball to Erickson. And he traveled, yeah. Got that pivot foot picked up and just dragged it along, and even with the new relaxed travel rules from last year, that one definitely was the travel. Larson looking to bring it in. Try to get it in, tipped away by McRoberts, but Larson comes up with it. In transition, 3-on-1 to Borger, lays it in. That is the way you break the Broncos, and it's tied at 61 here with 11:20 remaining. To McRoberts at the free throw line. Nearly lost his balance. Leaves it for Kennedy. To Erickson. Back to Matt. Dribbles in. Nearly turned it over. McRoberts goes in. Lays it off the glass. He's got 18 in the ball game now, does McRoberts, and the lead regained here by the Vikings. Quickly back the other way. Broncos. Borger had it tipped away by Owen Erickson, who came in. And again, good job by the freshman. Leaves it out for Cipriano. Sideline, Dale Erickson. Leaves it for Matt Kennedy, who dribbles in. Pull up from about 6, left it a little bit short. Ball tipped away. And I think they're going to get Owen Erickson over the back. It is going to be on Owen, his first team foul number 4, I believe. Here comes Jesse Forsyth into the ball game, going to replace Borger. He's got 5 points off the bench. 10:44 remaining here. Don't go away, folks. This game apparently is going to go right down to the wire. Larson in the rain, right back to Larson, 2-on-1. Forsyth goes at it, and 1. He'll head to the free throw line looking for the traditional 3-point play and to give the Broncos a lead here with 10:39 remaining. Forsyth looking for the 3-point play here. And it is good. So the Broncos regain the lead here. So the 9th lead change so far in this ball game. Forsyth has 6 points in the ball game. Far side Erickson, nearly sold away by Larson. McRoberts goes with a bucket, can't get it to go. I think Konzak may have gotten a piece or altered that shot. Quickly back the other way. Broncos looking for Larson, and they're going to say turnover. So contact there between Cipriano and Larson. So we'll come back the other way with the Vikings looking to regain the lead here. As they trail 64-63. Cipriano to Owen Erickson at the elbow. Oh, I'll shoot that off the glass and good. 4 points for Owen Erickson. The lead goes back to the Vikings. Quickly back the other way. Rain. Pauline with the 3-pointer. His second of the ball game. And the Broncos regain the lead at 67-65. 3 lead changes in the last 3 possessions. Vikings on the far side. Owen Erickson goes in, tries to step through, and they say trap. Vikings will back up after applying some pressure earlier in the game. They've got to be aware of the foul situation here. So Dave Westerman going to go to a 1-2-2 here. McRoberts on the point of it. Big, long, tall, lanky kid on the point can always make things difficult in the 1-2-2. Inside it goes to Helene. To Forsyth. Forsyth throws it off the foot of a Viking player, and it will stay with the Broncos. Here comes Nathan Kennedy into the game for Owen Erickson. Broncos will bring it in from the near baseline. Larson. Out to Rain. Dribbles in. Dribbles it off his leg as Kennedy got a piece of that. To Forsyth. 3-pointer on the way by Tomzak. No. Rebound to Nathan Kennedy. Taken away by Forsyth, who loses the handle on it. Rain has it. He loses the handle on it, gets it back, tries to go across the Forsyth, and that's a turnover as Cipriano comes up with the steal. Goodness gracious. Cipriano to To McRoberts, off the bounce, goes to the bucket. Tried to lay it in, no good. And Larson's going to be fouled by McRoberts, who had just picked up his 4th personal. A little frustration there, I could believe, after missing that shot. Such a good move from the free throw line, from the elbow area. And so that is the 6th team foul on the Vikings. So Broncos will be shooting 1-on-1. Here comes Banner back in the ball game with his 4 fouls to give McRoberts a break with his 4 fouls. And the Broncos will come up against the 1-2-2 as we approach the halfway mark of this second half. Rain on the dribble. Leaves it for Helena on the far side. Back to Rain. Tomczak cuts to the elbow. Pulls up from 12. And he gets it to go. Basket is good, and then they're going to call a foul on Forsyth away from the shot. So 2 points for Cullen Rain. So let's see, Forsyth will pick up his first foul. That'll be the 6th team foul on the Broncos. So everybody's going to be shooting free throws the rest of the way. As we'll come up with the bonus. Broncos 69-65 lead. Broncos are going to come with a little full court pressure here. Interestingly enough, after just picking up their 6th foul, 1-2-2. Cipriano, ready to bring it in. Leaves it for Kennedy. Kennedy goes up the near sideline, gets past 2 Bronco players, and Rain will pick up the foul on the reach-in. His 2nd, and that will send Kennedy to the free throw line. Not sure I like the going full court right there with the 4-point lead, and now you're going to put him on the free throw line, but of course hindsight's 20/20. You didn't know that was going to happen. Ring offer, come on! Here comes Owen Erickson right back into the ball game. He will replace Banner with those 4 fouls. I think maybe Coach Westerman realized, wait a minute, he's got 4 as well, so maybe I don't want to have him on the floor. Kennedy's already got 23 points in this game. He's looking for 24 to get a chance at the 25th, as this is a 1-and-1. Rattles around, won't go down. Cipriano the rebound. Outside to Erickson. He dribbles along the baseline. Tries to lay it in, and he does. 9:67. 8:40 remaining. Rain. Right wing. To Tomczak. How long will Coach Amos McKenzie leave Koenig on the sideline here with his 4 fouls as we go under 8.5 remaining? Rain to Tomczak. Right wing. Dribbles, crosses over, pulls up from 12, left it a little bit short. Owen Erickson the rebound, outside to Nathan Kennedy. Nathan brings it out to Matt Kennedy along the near side. He's going to dribble penetrate outside to Cipriano. Nathan Kennedy. Go inside to Owen Erickson. He puts it up. Got a little body contact from Larson. No foul called. Broncos get the rebound. Tomczak saves it to Forsyth. Puts his head down, goes to the bucket, draws the foul. And we'll head to the free throw line. Foul's not going to be on Nathan Kennedy, his first, team 7th. Broncos have a chance to get this out to a 4-point lead if Forsyth can hit a pair. He's 2 for 3 at the free throw line in this game so far. First one rattles around, it falls. That's a nice soft touch by Forsyth to give the Broncos a 3-point lead as we are just under 8 minutes remaining in this second half. Forsyth 2nd of 2, got it. Broncos back out of the pressure, but they'll go with the 1-2-2 here. Extended, Forsyth meets Kennedy at the timeline to Cipriano. Cipriano gets out of the double team, now lost his dribble. Now where's he going to go with it? Dale Erickson on the far side. He gets past Forsyth, nearly traveled with it to Kennedy. Good fake, pulls up from about 8, can get the 2-pointer to go. Forsyth high for the rebound, and here come the Broncos. In transition, Tomczak lays on the brakes, turns it back on. Floater, left it short. Forsyth saves it, back in. Can Helene save it? No, and it'll go over to the Vikings. Borger to come back into the ballgame. He's going to come in for Tomczak. They'll be up a chance to get within a possession here as they trail by 4. 11 lead changes, 6 ties so far in this ballgame. I don't think we're done yet, folks. With that thought, Kennedy dribble penetrates, puts it up off the glass, gets it. That's a tough shot in traffic, and he gets it to go. Rain into the front court, dribbles to the right wing. Now comes towards the center of the floor where he leaves it for Helene. Vikings stay in that 1-2-2. Both teams played man-to-man primarily in the first half, now been playing zone in the second half. To Borger in the lane, goes to Forsyth, puts his head down, gets it to Larson. Larson hammered from behind by Kennedy. Kennedy, little tap on the shoulder saying, hey, just good physical basketball. Kennedy picks up his third. Team foul number, I think that should be 9, but it only says 8 on the scoreboard. Larson heads to the free throw line for a pair. 21 points so far for Riley. Make it 22. Koenig back into the ball game. McRoberts back into the ball game. So they come in with their 4 fouls each. Under 7 remaining in this second half. Second of 2 on the way for Larson. A little bit off the side iron. McRoberts comes up with the rebound, so it's a 3-point ball game. As Cipriano comes across the timeline, lost his dribble, leaves it for Erickson. Erickson dribbles in, goes right at Borger, and they call a foul on Borger as Erickson will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. 0 for 2 on his last trip was Dale. Borger picks up his second. Team foul number 8. Erickson, first of 2, no good, so 0 for 3 at the line so far in this game for Dale Erickson. Broncos still lead by 3 at 72-69. Second free throw is good, so 72-70. Here comes the full court pressure from the Vikings into Helene. Cross court to Koenig. Koenig tipped away by McRoberts, turnover, 2-on-1. McRoberts traveled, dragged the pivot foot. Larson, ready to bring it in. It's a Koenig. Tries to go back to Larson, but Rain comes up with it. Rain, 4-on-2, gonna go right to the bucket to Larson. Left-handed, good. Larson gives the Broncos a 4-point lead with 6:25 remaining. Kennedy, met at the timeline by Helene. Nathan Kennedy stolen away by Rain. Helene, 1-on-1 against Matt Kennedy, stolen away by Kennedy. Picked his pocket clean, back the other way for McRoberts. Gets it to Nathan Kennedy, 3-pointer on the way. Crawled over the front of the rim for Nathan Kennedy's first point of the ball game, and it's 74-73. How things change. Helene back the other way. He's fouled by Matt Kennedy, who has just picked up his 4th foul. Oh, folks, if you're thinking about going to bed or changing the channel, bad choice. Don't do that. This thing, you're going to see something crazy happen here. So Nathan Kennedy going to be replaced by Jarrell Banner. So on the floor with 4 fouls now, Matt Kennedy, Cam McRoberts, and Jarrell Banner. Helene ready to shoot 2 free throws here. 14 points in the ball game so far. They set a 1-and-1. And first to get the second. Some of the other ones that they've given the shooting in the act of shooting kind of makes me wonder about that one. But 5:55 remaining here. 2-point lead for the Broncos. As Helene looking for the second of 2. And he's got it. 76-73 the lead, and a 30-second timeout by Amos McKenzie. And this game is brought to you by KCC-TV, Community County, Coaching County Community Television. Somebody's getting tired or something. Cable Channel 7, thanks, and KCC-TV.org. As Amos McKenzie has 2 timeouts remaining. Dave Westerman has 3. At 76-73 the lead here. The Broncos now have maintained the lead here for the last took the lead with exactly 10 minutes remaining. So just over 4 minutes, but the Vikings have a chance to tie here on this possession as it is 76-73 in favor of International Falls. Bronco girls defeated Littlefork Big Falls earlier today, 63-43. The JV boys won 60-52. There was no JV girls basketball game as Littlefork Big Falls does not have a JV girls team. And the Bronco boys hockey team won a nail-biter over in Warroad as they defeated Grafton by a score of 4-3. Broncos will stay with the 1-2-2 here. Kennedy gets to the timeline. Tries to go inside, tipped away by the Broncos, and Rain comes up with the steal. Back the other way. Larson in transition. Goes right at Erickson, some body contact. Won't go on the shot. Larson comes up with the rebound. Didn't travel. Helene, the three. No. Rebound to Cipriano, who goes to Dale Erickson, who lost the handle on it, but he runs it down in the front court. Ooh, that could have been a double dribble. I thought he dribbled that off a foot and then picked it back up. McRoberts spins into the lane, knocks Koenig down, and that's going to be the end of the night for Cam McRoberts. And I don't think Koenig got touched that hard, but he sold it, and he's smiling about it, and I think he knows he earned that one by selling it, and that's the 5th foul. McRoberts going to be out of this ball game with 18 points on the night, 14 of them in the first half, but dealt with foul trouble the entire night as Jacob Peterson is going to come into the ball game in this. Losing Matt Kennedy, well, losing any player is a big deal. Losing Matt Kennedy gives you that defender, that threat, but boy, I'll tell you, Cam McRoberts in the middle, you can't take away with what he's done in this ball game. Katie into the front court. Vikings go 2-3 now. Helene came out and get that ball. Rain jumps into the lane, puts up the 12-footer, won't go, and the Vikings, good box out. That ball falls to the floor. They pick it up. Kennedy in transition, goes right at Koenig, doesn't get it to go. Peterson can't get the putback, and Nuke Borger comes up with the rebound. Quickly back the other way. Larson doesn't see numbers, gives it to Borger, who penetrates, pulls up, leaves it there. Gets it to go. He's got 7, and the Broncos lead by 5 at 78-73 with under 5 remaining. Tipped away by Rain. He's got a couple of those here in this game so far, and done a good job. Kennedy into the lane and one. Not the easiest of shots there by the senior, but he gets it to go, and he has got 29 points, and he'll head to the free throw line looking for number 30 as he cuts the LBF deficit 2-3 here and has a chance to cut it to 2 with the made free throw. Free throw is perfect by Kennedy. He's got 30 of the 76 points for Littlefork Big Falls. Rain into the front court. Again, 2-3 by the Vikings. Koenig, 3-pointer on the way. Some contact there. Rain comes up with the rebound. Dribbles in, draws some contact, no foul called. Shot short, and the Vikings have a chance to tie or take the lead as Cipriano comes into the front court. Splits the trap, leaves it for Erickson. Erickson nearly had it tipped away. Now goes to Cipriano. Tried to go inside to Peterson. He couldn't handle the pass. Koenig the steal. Quickly up to Rain. Into the lane he goes. Pulls up. Ooh, I thought it was going to be the and one. But Cipriano will pick up his 3rd foul as Rain will head to the free throw line where he's 2 for 2 in this ball game. Make sure I'm right on the number of fouls. No, that is the number 4 foul on Anthony Cipriano as well. Double bonus the rest of the way for the Broncos. Well, for both teams actually, as the Broncos have 19 fouls, Littlefork 10. First free throw from Rain is a little bit strong. Here comes Owen Erickson and Nathan Kennedy into the ball game. They replace Cipriano and Jacob Peterson. So again, a little smaller lineup here for the Vikings. Rain will try to get this to a full possession here, a 3-point lead for the Broncos. Exactly 4 minutes remaining. Rain gets it to go. 1 of 2 on that trip. He's got 17 in the ball game. Broncos lead at 79-76. Broncos stay with the 1-2-2 half-court trap. Nathan Kennedy gets it to Banner, and Koenig got away with a hip check there and didn't pick up his 5th foul. Turnover. Helene gets the easy layup, and it's a 5-point lead here with 3:45 left. Erickson, that is not over and back. He is not all the way over, everybody. You got to be all the way over before it's over and back. Owen Erickson drives in. Tough angle. No. Koenig the rebound, and he's going to get fouled by Erickson, and he'll head to the other end of the floor to shoot a pair. Koenig 2 for 3 from the line so far in this ball game. That's how he's accounted for his 2 points. Let's see who this foul is officially on. This is on Owen Erickson. It says his 3rd. Oh, what a crazy game. There's still 3.5 minutes left, and we've scored 157 points in this ball game. Whew. I didn't expect this. I was not expecting this, folks. I'll be honest with you. I was expecting some points to be scored, but not this one. Koenig, free throw is good. Here comes Cipriano to replace Nathan Kennedy. So let's see who's on the floor who doesn't have 4 fouls for the Vikings. Dale Erickson only has 3. Owen Erickson only has 3. Everybody else has 4, so lots of foul trouble here for the Vikings. Second free throw is good, so Koenig is 4 for 5 from the free throw line, and the lead has grown to 7 here for the Broncos. Cipriano facing a trap. Leaves it for Erickson on the far side, who dribbles in. Owen Erickson has it at the elbow. Knocked away, no. Rain gets the foul, and a little maybe extra elbow there from Cullen on top of Owen Erickson's head as he heads to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Not sure if it was on purpose or accidental as they were losing the balance a little bit there. So 2 free throws here as everybody's in the double bonus. Erickson's first free throw, perfect. That's a dry spell there, over a minute for the Vikings. Thought it was a lot longer than that. It felt longer than that. I don't know why, but it did. 3:18 remaining. Second free throw is not good. Larson up for the rebound. So 6 points the lead for the Broncos as we approach 3 minutes remaining. Helene, oh, I'm open for the 3. I'll take that. No. Rebound Cipriano, and he is going to be fouled, and that is going to drive Tim Ringhofer crazy. Now we're going to walk all the way to the other end of the floor with the clock stopped as Rain's going to pick up his 4th foul. And Cipriano will head to the free throw line. Anthony had 6 points in the first half. That's all he's got right now. He hasn't scored in the second half. His first trip to the free throw line in this ball game. First free throw from Cipriano, a little bit strong. So the Broncos now have Koenig and Rain with 4 fouls. So a little less foul trouble for the Broncos. Cipriano's second free throw is good. Gets the kind roll. 83-78 now. The lead with just over 3 minutes remaining. Helene, one-on-one against Erickson. Lost the handle on the dribble, runs it down, tips it over to Larson. Vikings in a man-to-man now. They played 2-3 and 1-2-2 a lot here in the second half. Rain. They go down low to Larson. Larson maybe had an opportunity there, but left it. Helene squeezes through and lays it in. Give the Broncos a 7-point lead at 85-78 with 2:40 remaining. Helene had 6 in the first half. He's got 14 more here in the second half as he goes into 20. Stolen away by Koenig to Larson. In transition, quickly up to Rain. Rain crosses over, goes in the lane. Floater got it. And a timeout by head coach Dave Westerman as he seals the Broncos pulling away here as they now have a 9-point lead at 87-78. And this is by far the Broncos' biggest lead in this ball game. It was 5 back at 57-52, but the Broncos are just kind of creeping away over the last 2 minutes, no, less than 2 minutes, minute 37. The Broncos have outscored the Vikings 8-2 to build this 9-point lead as Coach Dave Westerman takes a full timeout. He has 2 timeouts remaining. So just a quick look at the stats here. Kennedy has 30. Cameron Roberts fouled out with 18, and then looking over at the Broncos, Riley Larson had 18 at the half. He's got 24, and Helene has got 20. If I count that up again, 10, 11, 14, 20 points. Rain has got 19. So nearly 3 players in over 20 or more points for the Broncos, and 30 again for Matt Kennedy. He had 16 at the half. He's got 14 here in the second half. And we still have 2:23 remaining. And I would guess that Matt Kennedy is going to get an opportunity to shoot a couple of threes here along the way. So he could end up with a bunch more here. As I mentioned, he has 30 already. Out of the timeout. 2 timeouts remaining for each team. Broncos up by 9. Vikings in their backcourt. Koenig going to play Kennedy full court here. Kennedy's going to run down the floor. Cipriano will wait to touch the ball, and now he does. And the Broncos stay in the 1-2-2. Cipriano along the far side. Rain jumps him in. Helene gets the steal, goes to the bucket, lays it in, and it's good. And the Broncos lead by 11, 89-78. Banner, trapped, gets it to Cipriano. Down to the baseline to Dale Erickson. Turns, goes into the lane, lays it up, won't go. How did that not go in? Borger has it knocked out of his hands by Erickson. Man, that's just tough to believe that did not go in. Here comes the full court pressure by the Vikings. Under 2 remaining in the second half. Rain gets it. Koenig, long cross-court pass to Borger. 3-on-1 for the Broncos. Helene can't get it to go. Larson the rebound. His putback won't go, and it's tipped out of bounds by Helene. So the Broncos pass up a good opportunity there to go up by 13. Broncos 3-2 on the season. The Vikings 2-2 on the season. Banner pressured at the timeline. Tipped. Comes back up with it. Gets to Erickson. Erickson to Cipriano. His 14-footer. Too strong. Rebound into the hands of Borger. Borger turns. Brings it up the floor. Slows it down with less than 90 seconds remaining. The Broncos really don't have to be thinking about being offensive here because lead by 11. Helene, pressured by Erickson. Erickson will go to the steal. Helene avoids it. Into the lane. And they call the block on Owen Erickson as he'll pick up his 4th and 1 for Helene as he gives the Broncos a 13-point lead with 1:13 remaining, and he'll head to the free throw line looking to complete the 3-point play. And it looks like the Broncos will extend their winning streak against LBF to 8 consecutive games now, 8 consecutive seasons. As these two teams only play once per year. Helene, the first free throw is no good. 91-78 here as we quickly come back the other way. Erickson spins in. Nice spin move by Dale Erickson. I've been very impressed with him off the dribble in this ball game. Under a minute now remaining. As here comes Rain. Lays it up, won't go. Gets his own rebound. Putback won't go. Owen Erickson the rebound. Leave it off for Cipriano. Under 50 now remaining. Erickson loses it to Rain. Rain tripped up. Ooh, Cullen Rain, I don't think like that little bump there. And haven't seen that out of Cullen before. And so the trip there on Erickson will be his 4th foul. So Cipriano, Matt Kennedy, Dale Erickson, Jarrell Banner, and Owen Erickson all have 4 fouls. So everybody on the floor right now has 4 fouls for the Vikings. As Cullen Rain heads to the free throw line to shoot a pair, and Coach Dave Westerman says, I need a timeout. We need to think about what we're going to do here. So I don't know if I can ever remember a game, and this is, watched a lot of basketball. I'm 50 years old. So I've been watching basketball since I was, well, 5 years old for sure, and not that I paid attention a whole bunch at that time. But I don't think I've ever seen a team with all 5 players on the floor with 4 fouls. And I probably have watched thousands of high school basketball games over the years, and this is a first for me. And we'll see what Coach Dave Westerman has in store. With under a minute remaining, the Broncos lead it by 11 at 91-80. Both these teams are off until after the first of the year. They both will play on Friday the 3rd. The Broncos will be hosting Wasabi East here. Wasabi East, record-wise, been struggling this year, been giving up a lot of points. That game, you may not want to miss that one, folks. That one, the Broncos could score in the hundreds, as Wasabi East has given up 100 plus a couple of times already this year. And the Vikings, they'll be at Cherry on Friday the 3rd. So both these teams have a week off, with the holiday coming in between. As we come back out, Cullen Rain heading to the free throw line to shoot a pair. With 46.9 remaining. First free throw will not go. Rain, 3 for 5 from the free throw line so far in this game. Second one on the way. That is also too strong, so it remains 91-80 here. Owen Erickson comes up with a rebound. Matt Kennedy will bring it into the front court. Under 40 remaining. Skip pass for Kennedy. 3-pointer on the way. Like that play. Got it. 33 points for Matt, but it's 91-83 now with under 30 remaining. Back the other way, Rain sees a crease, and a foul is going to be called here, and somebody's going to foul out of this basketball game, and it's going to be Owen Erickson with his 5th foul, as Rain will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Nathan Kennedy pops up off the bench to replace Owen Erickson. Owen Erickson will complete the night with 5 points. Coach Amos McKenzie, he's going to use a timeout here. Interesting. You can't take them home with you, right? You might as well use them up. We got no place to go, right? But it's 9 o'clock, and you know nobody wants to get their rest so they can watch the big football game tomorrow. And, you know, 2 football games, big football games tomorrow. The semifinals: Ohio State versus Clemson, and LSU versus Oklahoma. And I say the LSU game, Oklahoma game, going to be very high scoring, folks, but LSU will be too much in that ball game. Probably win by, I'll say by at least 14 points. That's my guess. But if they're going to do that, it's going to be 50 something to 40 something for that to happen. And in the previous, in Ohio State Clemson, I had the same thing. Both these schools have great defenses, but there's just too much offensive power out there. You're going to see lots of scoring tomorrow. Long games, folks. Before the storm comes, get out to your local food place and get all set up and ready to go, so you don't have to worry about leaving on Sunday. And I just saw a tweet during the game that the Vikings are resting Kirk Cousins and many other starters on Fridays or on Sunday, so you really don't have to worry about the Vikings game on Sunday. You can forego that game because nobody's going to play in it anyway, and the Vikings are the 6th seed, so you don't really have to worry about that one. Darcy says that's fine with me. I'm okay with that. Robert says, whoa, wait a minute, what is she talking about? We care. We care. Second free throw not good. 92-83 the lead here as Rain misses the second and 2. Quickly back come the Vikings, tipped away by Helene. Nathan Kennedy comes up with it. Rain knocks it away. Larson comes up with the loose ball, and Dale Erickson is going to pick up his 5th foul. So the 3rd player going to foul out of this basketball game for the Vikings. And Coach Westerman looks down the bench and says, Jacob, get in that ball game. You only have 2 fouls. As Larson will head to the free throw line. Now, Riley shot 7 free throws in the first half. He's going to have 6 more here, so he's going to have 13 free throws altogether. He's made 6 of the 11 so far. Make it 7-12. The lead goes back to double digits here with 13 seconds remaining. Larson looking to go 8 for 13 from the line. And then he just rolls that one over the front to be there. And Kennedy back the other way. He's going to take Koenig one-on-one here. Nope. Looking for the skip pass. Koenig was smart to that, so Kennedy smartly goes into the lane, gets the layup. And the clock will run out, and the final score. International Falls, 94. Littlefork Big Falls, 85. And let's run down the stats here for you, and let's make sure I've been talking about Matt Kennedy correctly. 18, 21, 23, 29, 35.